What the narcissist expects from you. Being in a relationship with a narcissist can be a very exhausting experience. And if you take a minute to look back on the history of your relationship, the timeline of how it's evolved, I'm sure you'll agree that the expectations placed on you by the narcissist have increased over time. There's a reason that happens, and today I'm going to explain why it happens. So stick around for the next few minutes, and let's break this down together. Of all the negative traits you'll uncover throughout your relationship with a narcissist, this might be the one that will take you past the line. This one might just end up taking you over the edge and get you to a point where you'll finally be like, nope, I'm finished jumping through all these hoops. I'm not going to meet yet another new expectation from you. Every healthy relationship comes with certain expectations. We all expect our partner to treat us with loyalty, honesty, and respect, right? I mean, those are the cornerstones of a great relationship. But with narcissists, those expectations are only valid in the first phase of the relationship with them. And the first phase usually doesn't last very long on their end. Then before you know it, they've taken those expectations you have and put them on a shelf. They replace them with new expectations of their own. Oh, sure, they'll continue to expect you to be loyal and honest with them, but they'll stop doing that with you. Then they'll start setting new expectations for you to meet. You'll start to notice that this relationship is no longer a two-way street. It eventually starts to be all about them and all their needs. It usually starts out with the communication. They'll start ignoring your calls and texts, but expect you to respond to them immediately when they call or text you. They'll treat you as if what you have to say isn't important, but they'll expect you to get on board with whatever they have to say. They'll expect you to adopt their way of thinking and go right along with it with no questions asked. They have that do as I say, not as I do mentality. And as long as you can keep up with that bullshit, they'll seem content until the next expectation comes along. Narcissists are needy by nature, and if you pay close attention to how your relationship evolves, you'll find this will happen to you. You'll notice their needs are increasing, but their commitment to you is fading away. It'll eventually get to a point where the relationship becomes totally one-sided, and pretty soon, no matter what you do or say, it just won't be enough. They'll keep setting the bar higher and higher, and the reason they do that is because they're never satisfied. They have this huge empty void inside of them. Good is never enough for them. They need more and more all the time, but that void just never gets filled. They love testing you. They love seeing how far they can take things. How far will you go to please them? It's a huge ego boost for them. It gives them the feeling of validation, knowing you keep trying hard to meet all the expectations that they throw at you. And no matter how many expectations you meet, they'll add another, and then another, until eventually you'll be exhausted and just won't be able to keep it up anymore. Narcissists can't stand boundaries, but they know most people have certain boundaries in place. So they do these things to try and eliminate any boundaries you may have set early on. It's all a test to see how far they can go with you, and trust me, it's not just you, it's everybody they come into contact with. When you've been around them long enough, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, because at some level, they'll set expectations for your friends and family too. They do it everywhere they go. So what do you do? How do you deal with this? How do you reverse what's happening here? Well, for some reason you might be thinking you can't reverse what's happening. You think that once you've met all these expectations, you can't just change and turn things around. Well, I've got news for you guys. You can reverse things. You can turn things around. At least for yourself, anyway. The narcissist won't see things the same way, but honestly, do you care at this point? I mean, seriously, you're giving them so much and you're getting nothing in return. How is that a healthy relationship? You have what? A couple expectations for them? All you want is some honesty, loyalty, and respect. And they won't even give you that? Seriously, guys, there's something wrong with this picture. When you spend all your time and effort trying to meet their expectations, it's only going to drag you down. It's going to cause you to feel frustrated, confused, exhausted, and resentful. And that's no way to live a healthy life. So here's my suggestion to you. Reevaluate your relationship and understand what's been going on here. Then start eliminating their expectations one by one. You know by now which ones are realistic and which ones are bullshit. Go find the self-respect you sacrificed for them and get it back. Let them know that things are going to change if they want to continue being in your life. Demand the respect that you deserve. And if they aren't willing to deal with that, trust me, you're better off without them. You didn't come into this world thinking you'd be spending your life serving the needs of someone else, did you? But here you are, doing just that. It's time to take a long, hard look in the mirror and realize that you deserve a way better life than what you're living today. If you don't turn things around for yourself, set some boundaries, and regain your self-respect, things will just keep getting worse with this person. And please realize that every relationship with a narcissist has an expiration date. And you can make the decision on when that relationship expires before they do. Because trust me, it will end eventually. It always does. Thinking that you'll somehow be able to keep meeting their expectations is not the path to take, because you'll never be able to keep up. That narcissist knows this. They're most likely grooming someone else right now, knowing that you're getting to a breaking point. So please do yourself a favor and stop serving their every need. Make them sweat things out for a little while. Make them feel a little sting. It's the best way to start the healing process for yourself. So start focusing more on you and less on them. It will take some time, but trust me, you'll be thankful that you did. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep looking for those signs. Stay alert, be vigilant, be strong, be brave, and go live your best life today.